welcome back to another vocabulary video. This is our second in the series where we take the 3 types of vocabulary, we learn some new words, we put them together and hopefully make better, higher marked sentences. Okay, so let's go. So just to remind ourselves, what are these words? What are the 3 types of vocabulary that we use in these exercises? Well, the first type is formal and versatile. They are words that can be used in writing task 2 of any kind with any topic. Then there are collocations, words that naturally go together. Often there is no explanation why, but native speakers can use them no problem. But it's difficult for students to learn because there are no basic rules. Difficult to learn and difficult to use means if you can use them, you get a higher mark. And of course, topic vocabulary, words that refer to the particular topic that you're talking about, and there are quite a few topics in IELTS. As with the previous video to do with vocabulary, you will see a lot of words. It does not mean you have to use every single word. What you do is you look at the words, you choose the ones you think you can use, and then go ahead and practice. So choose what you can use. First of all, let's look at today's versatile formal words. There's going to be 3 of them. So the first one is to advocate. So it's a verb. So here is a sample sentence. Look at the vocabulary. And you know it's a verb. So which word would you replace in this sentence? Many experts recommend stricter laws on vehicle emissions. So which word would you replace with advocate? There you go. Maybe you were right. So many experts advocate stricter regulations on vehicle emissions. And if you notice, laws was changed to regulations, a little more formal. So the meaning of to advocate is to support or recommend an idea publicly. So you don't just do it to one or 2 of your friends. Maybe you're on TV and you support it, or you're in a big meeting and you support it so that the public can hear. Second word is predominantly. Predominantly, an adverb, obviously, with the ly at the end. You think it's difficult to guess this one? This sentence, the city is mainly residential with few commercial areas. So which word would you replace with predominantly? Take a guess. That's right. The city is predominantly residential with few commercial areas. So what does it mean? It means mainly, or for the most part, mostly. A lot of students write the word mostly in their essays. Don't write mostly, write predominantly. And the last of these versatile words is the verb to reinforce. Again, can you guess which word will be replaced by to reinforce? Education policies should support equal opportunities for all students. Okay. Education policies should reinforce equal opportunities for all students. There you go. So what does it mean? It means to strengthen or support something. Let's move on to part 2, and that's the high level with collocations. I'll give you 3. The first one is to address the issue. To address the issue. Governments must take action to deal with the problem of traffic jams. So what words would you replace with to address the issue? Here we go. Governments must address the issue of traffic congestion. Address the issue of traffic congestion. So what does address the issue mean? It means to take action to deal with a problem. So must take action to deal with a problem becomes must address the issue. And also we've changed traffic jams, which is quite informal, to traffic congestion. Same as traffic jams, you can't move your car because there's too many of them, basically. Second collocation, to raise awareness. Often you say to raise awareness about something. Again, can you guess where this goes in the sentence? Campaigns aim to increase public knowledge about sustainable building practices. Campaigns aim to raise awareness about sustainable building practices. So it means to increase public understanding or knowledge about something. And again, that's often someone in some position of power trying to inform people of what they want them to know. And the last one, a wide range of. So can you guess where it goes in this sentence? There are a large variety of factors that influence the planning of a city. Take a guess. Where does that go? Yep. There are a wide range of factors that influence urban planning. So a wide range of means a large variety of. All right, so now we get to the topics, and this is where you get a few more words for this topic, and the topic here is transportation. And again, you'll see quite a few words here. You will not remember them all, but choose the ones you think you can use and go with that. Noun, infrastructure. Infrastructure. That means physical systems like roads and railways traveling through the city, through the country. For example, investment in transport infrastructure is essential for economic growth. So it's important to have good transport, roads and railways to help with economic growth. Congestion, we saw this word a moment ago. Do you remember what it means? Basically meant jams, traffic jams, overcrowding of roads. And the example would be urban congestion leads to wasted time and increased pollution. So that sentence, you can imagine someone sitting in their car and a traffic jam, and all the pollution coming out of their car and wasting all the time. A commuter, maybe you've heard this one, it's a person, a noun, and it's a person who travels between home and work, usually every day. So they travel by car, train, or bus to work and then back home again in the evening. Example, rising fuel costs have significantly affected daily commuters. Okay, that suggests that because you have to pay a lot more money for your fuel, for example, petrol or gas, it's going to affect a lot of people who drive to work. Here's that lovely word sustainable again, sustainable transport, environmentally friendly transport or transportation. The example, governments should encourage sustainable transport options, somebody says, okay? So that means that they want more environmentally friendly transportation. And the other topic we'll look at is architecture, not always the easiest one to do. And the first word we've seen already, if you watched the first vocabulary video about art, you will have seen this word, and that's aesthetics, about the appearance, the beauty or appeal of a building when you look at it. Example, modern buildings often focus on aesthetics as much as functionality. They focus as much on the beauty of or the appearance of the building, as well as how you can use it. We've seen this phrase, just we saw it a moment ago, urban planning. It's about planning out a city, designing city spaces. That's another way of putting it. Example, effective urban planning ensures livable, organized cities. Heritage, it's a noun, historic or cultural buildings. So it's vital to preserve national architectural heritage. It's very important to keep these old historic and cultural buildings. Zoning regulations, so regulations means laws, of course. Laws about using the land, how you should use the land. Zoning regulations separate industrial and residential areas. So because of the laws about the land, you cannot put industrial areas in the middle of a residential housing area. Green architecture should be obvious, this one. Eco-friendly buildings or eco-friendly building practices. Green architecture reduces energy consumption. And I think if you can use this one, actually, you would impress any examiner. Retrofitting. Retrofitting. That means you're updating old buildings. You're not completely updating it, but you're putting in modern features to update parts of it. So retrofitting improves efficiency while preserving character. So they may keep the oldness of the building, but they put some new things in. A landmark, a culturally significant building. You can think of many across the world. For example, the Sydney Opera House is a world famous landmark. The Eiffel Tower, places like this. All right, so that's a lot of topic vocabulary. This is always the case. Think of all the topics in IELTS and the hundreds and hundreds of words you could possibly learn for each topic. I gave you quite a few there, but you don't need them all. As I keep repeating, take some that you can use and practice them and leave the others. So now we're going to use some combination. We're going to take one word from each type of vocabulary, put them together in sentences for different topics, and see how they look. Let's try the topic of transportation. Cities with predominantly car-based infrastructure suffer from severe congestion during peak hours. Okay. So cities that mostly have cars more than buses, etc., they suffer from a lot of traffic jams. Architecture example. Governments must address the issue of deteriorating heritage sites, and many experts advocate for their preservation through careful retrofitting. So a lot of good words in there. And perhaps you need to stop the video, look at the meaning of these words again to fully understand. Architecture example 2, let's have a look. Urban developments and rapidly growing cities are predominantly influenced by zoning regulations, which often fail to consider long-term aesthetics. So can you translate that into basic English? And we've got another architecture example. Educational initiatives that raise awareness about green architecture can reinforce, strengthen sustainable choices in future building projects. We'll mix it up a little bit with some other topics. Here's health. Public health campaigns raise awareness about the dangers of obesity, and many doctors advocate a wide range of physical activities to combat it. Combat in this situation is good formal language for fight. This time technology. The rise of AI is predominantly seen in wealthier nations, prompting experts to advocate for global frameworks to address the issue of ethical use. So do you remember what predominantly means? If not, go back to the start of the video. And the last example is about culture. Many heritage experts advocate the preservation of landmarks to raise awareness of national identity and cultural values. So all of these sentences do look very formal, and the vocabulary looks very strong in all of them. So when you have the time, please go back to the beginning of the video and check the meanings of these words. And maybe you can think of some sentences to practice yourself and try to put these combinations together to make valuable sentences to your mark. All right, and as I always say about this vocabulary, there are lots of words. You do not need all of them, so choose what you can use. And there'll be another video coming along soon about vocabulary. But until then, if you like this video, please click like and subscribe below. I do have courses available, and the links are below also. Okay, so, and see you next time.